Hi everyone, welcome back to Yoga with Leanna. I'm Leanna, this is Lael, and I'm really excited to be offering yoga videos again. These videos are donation based, totally optional, but if you do choose to give, know it goes towards helping me stay motivated to create these videos for you guys. There's information in the comments below, and I think this girl is ready to get moving, so we're gonna get started for class. I'll meet you on the mat. Come to standing at the top of your mat. Interlace your fingers and bring your palms to face forward. Then imagine that you're squeezing a block between both your forearms and your upper arms, and push forward through the heels of both hands. Keeping your strength in the arms, inhale your arms up. And pause for a few breaths here. Allow both sides of the neck to be long. Press up through the palms of your hands. And then try to knit your front ribs in. So take any back bending out of this. Good, then keep your arms up, but release your hands so your palms face each other. Imagine that you're squeezing a block between your palms. Lift the back ribs up, look up. Take an inhale into the upper back. And then exhale, release your arms down. Good, one more time just like that. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms forward. And inhale your arms up. See if you can get the upper arm bones a little further back so they're in line with the ears this time. Then keeping the arms up, bring your palms to face each other. Reach up through those ring fingers. The pinkies spin in a little bit. Look up. Inhale into your back ribs and reach up. And exhale, release your arms. Good, bring your right leg into tree. And bring your hands to your hips. And then just play with this, and it's okay, you might fall. Swing your knee forward and back and allow your hips to sway with your knee. All right, and then bring your hips to square to the front. So that right hip, or the hip with the lifted knee, try to keep it square with the left hip, but draw the knee back, away from the front of the room. So the tendency for that hip to want to go back with the knee, we're trying to keep the right hip point forward as the knee draws back. That should feel like a lot of work in that outer right hip. Keep that up. Draw the tailbone down slightly. Firm the standing leg. And then reach your arms up just like we worked earlier. Vrikshasana tree. Look up. Inhale into the back ribs and reach up. And exhale, release that. Cool, second side. And then swing forward and back. Allow the hips to move. Oh. And then we'll come back to center. The hips are square to the front of the room. Then draw that left knee away from the front of the room, but try to keep that left hip point moving forward. Good. Squeeze your foot and your leg into each other. Lift up through the crown of the head. And then bring your arms up just like we've been working. Nice firm arms. Look up. Inhale into the back ribs and reach up. And exhale, release. Good. Inhale, both arms reach up and look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into plank. Come into side plank, left hand down, right arm up. If side plank is too much, you can bring the bottom knee down. And then just play with this. Imagine, stay in side plank, but imagine that you're trying to square your hips to the ceiling. So allow those hips to face up just as much as they can go. And then do the opposite. Allow your hips to try to almost face the mat, like you're going to come back into plank. Good. So we're staying in side plank, but we're just allowing the hips to twist. Keep that going. Good. Then stop when you're back in side plank. Find that your top hip is stacked right above the bottom hip. A lot of times it has to roll forward slightly. And breathe there. Good. Back into plank. Take an inhale. And second side. Good. So we'll start by squaring the hips up towards the ceiling, almost like you're going to come into Wild Thing. And then the hips square to the mat, almost like you're going to come back into plank. And then just keep that up. Stop when you're back in side plank and find that that top hip is right on top of the bottom hip. I almost always have to roll the top hip forward. Pause there. Good. Back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly. Interlace your hands together behind your back. And inhale up. Okay, just a few breaths here to open the front of the chest. See how much you can reach your knuckles back towards your heels. Good. Release. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Curl your toes. Either use your knees or keep your knees lifted. Inhale into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Drop your back knee and come into low lunge. Okay, then find archer arms with your left arm up, right arm down. Press firmly into your front foot. Press firmly into your back shin. Squeeze the elbows in towards your body. And then just allow this to feel nice in the front of the left hip and in the shoulders. Good. Release the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot for low lunge. And this time, right elbow up, left elbow down, arch your arms. Good. Then here, we're actively pressing through all four corners of the front foot. And we're pressing through the back shin and the top of the back foot. Elbows squeeze in. And lift up through the sternum. Good. Release your arms down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot and set up for a simple twist. Activate your back leg. Draw the shoulders away from the ears as you reach the top of the head forward. And just allow the left side ribs to draw underneath those top ribs to deepen your twist. Good, then just walk the bottom hand a little further forward and off towards the side of the mat. Then we're going to spin the front toes to face the right side of the mat. Spin onto the pinky toe side of your back foot. Lower your hip down and reach your arm back. That should feel like a nice side body stretch in that left side. As you inhale, press your hips up as high as they can go. Press into your bottom hand. Reach the top arm forward. Exhale, lower back down. Good, nice and slow. Inhale, press up, press into that right foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. This time hold. Really lift your hips and allow the side body stretch to happen all the way up and down that right side. Good. Make your way back into a lunge with the hands around the front foot. Inhale into a long spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot through. And find simple twist. Good, the back leg is firm. Draw those shoulder blades down the back as you reach forward through the crown of the head. Good, first we find all the length that we can find in the spine, then you work on deepening that twist. Allow the left ribs to spin up as those bottom ribs wrap underneath your body. Good, and look down. Bring the bottom hand a little further forward and off to the side. And then find that nice little hip side bend. First, we lower the bottom hip. And with your inhale, reach those hips up as high as you can. Press through your left foot. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, press up. This time, hold. Lift the hips as high as you can. And then make your way back into lunge with the hands around the front foot. Inhale into a long spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot. Make your way into pyramid. Option to bring blocks under your hands or just come up to your fingertips. And actively press through the big toe mound of your front foot, while at the same time drawing the right hip crease back to try to square the hips to the front. That left hip crease draws forward. Reach the crown of the head forward as those shoulder blades draw back. Activate your legs. Bring your hands to your hips. With strong legs and a flat back, come on up. All right, so now option to bring your fists together behind your back or come into reverse prayer. Whichever one you're doing, press either the fists together or the palms together. Inhale. And exhale, come on down. Try to keep a flat back. Good, then same work, draw the right hip crease back as you push into the big toe mound of your front foot. Reach the sternum forward. Good, release your hands onto the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot and find pyramid. Ooh, this side's a little tighter. Good. Settle into your pose by pushing into the big toe mound of your front foot. Draw the left hip crease back as the right hip crease draws forward. And here the core is activated as well. The core strength is what helps you to elongate your spine. Imagine that the tailbone and the crown of the head are reaching as far away from each other as possible. Good. Keep strength in your legs. Bring your hands to your hips. And slowly rise up. Good. Either reverse prayer or bring your fists together behind your back. Take an inhale. And exhale, come forward with a flat spine. Draw the left hip crease back as you reach the sternum forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Release your hands onto the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Good, then inhale into plank. Side plank, left hand down, right arm up. So a couple options here. Either stay in side plank and work on getting that top hip right on top of the bottom hip. You can always drop to the bottom knee as well. Or find tree in your top leg. Good. Press that inner thigh of the left leg up into your foot. Then same thing we were working earlier. Can you keep the top hip stacked on top of the bottom hip, but draw the lifted knee back? Really feel that in the outer right hip. And breathe. All right, if you want to get a little crazy with me, stay in tree, But bring your hands down and come into plank. Try to keep your tree as you come through chaturanga and up dog. And then we'll meet in down dog. And if that was just like a complete flop, don't worry about it. We'll do it again on the second side. Inhale forward to plank. Side plank, right hand down, left arm up. Whew. All right, now just mentally prepare knowing what's coming on this side. And again, you can drop the bottom knee down. You can bring the top hip on top of the bottom hip and pause there. Or if you're taking this a little further, bring your top leg into tree. The inner thigh of that bottom leg is pressing up into your foot. And then can you keep the top hip on top of the bottom hip, but draw the knee up towards the ceiling a bit more? Press through that bottom hand, reach up for the top hand. Okay, here we go. If you're staying with me, stay in tree by squeezing the foot and the leg together. Come back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause and breathe. Inhale forward to plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Reach your arms back. And then bend your knees, grab your ankles to prepare for bow. If bow is too much, I know we haven't done a ton of back bending, you can always interlace your hands behind your back and come into locust. Start with a big exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, kick back and up. Press back through the shins as you reach the sternum forward. And send your breath into your upper back. One more big breath in. Exhale, release down. Okay, press back into child's pose. And stay in child's pose, but walk your hands over to the right. Especially reach that left hand for a nice side stretch. Come back to center. And switch sides. Really reach through that right hand this time. Okay, come back to center. And make your way up. And find a seat. And then we'll find a double pigeon with your right leg on top. If double pigeon is too much for you, you can just do Sukhasana with the right leg crossed in front of the left leg like this and bow forward. If you're in double pigeon and you want to add eagle arms, you can bring your left elbow on top of the right elbow. Good. Release that side. And then left ankle on top of the right knee. Or left shin in front of the right shin for Sukhasana. If you did eagle arms, right elbow on top this time. Find length through the center and breathe. Good, release. Both legs out in front of you. Dandasana. And fold forward. Paschimottanasana. However you want to get there, make your way to your back and find happy baby. And press your feet up into your hands as you draw the spine to flatten onto the mat. Good. And when you're ready, find Shavasana. Allow your thigh bones to be heavy. Allow the rib cage to just soften down. Let your skull sink into the mat. And soften your eyes. We'll be here for just a few minutes. Shavasana. And take a few deeper breaths. Roll to your right side and pause in fetal pose. Keeping your eyes closed and your head heavy, use your left hand to press up into a seat. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Blink your eyes open. Thank you so much, yogis. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed class. Please give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.